Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mario Pedro Gould. You are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network. It is a beautiful day out here in Vancouver. I'm out in Kitsilano Beach, just getting ready to go and do some paddleboarding this afternoon as my form of rest and relaxation. So before we kick into our conversation today, I have a question that I want to ask you. And the question I want to ask you is, what is it that you're doing for yourself today? Just one thing that you're doing for yourself or you're going to do for yourself to show yourself a mega dose of mad self-love. It's very important to find different ways to nurture yourself. It's very important to do this, regardless of how busy you are in the external world. The conversation today that we're going to explore has to do with this concept of fear. Fear. If you look very closely into your life, you'll realize that every single dream that you have, every goal that you have, every aspiration that you have, every vision that you have, you can actually reach that vision if you will banish fear away from your mental makeup. This will enable you to do the actions that you need to do on a day-to-day basis to move towards your promised land of milk and honey. So I chose this topic of fear because personally it has been for a long time something that I struggled with in my own life, and it actually held me back from achieving what it was that I wanted to achieve for myself. But a miraculous thing happened for me as I got involved in a very high level of personal development, self-help for over 5-6 years. I was able to actually, I will not say overcome fear, but I will say sense the presence of fear, but still continue to operate at a high level, even in the presence of fear. So the insights that I have received, I would like to share here with you, and hopefully you can take it and use it in your own life so you too can begin to manifest the desires that you hold most dearly in your heart. One of the main things that you're going to need to actually be able to operate even in the presence of fear, because I do not believe that you can overcome fear. Mario, why do you believe that you cannot overcome fear? We live in a world that is infected with a very high amount of fear. It's called the race consciousness is driven by fear. The mass consciousness is driven by fear and not by the emotion of love. So a lot of times, even if you want to be confident, you could be getting fear from other people just by being in this space. So we're not going to talk about overcoming fear. We're going to talk about operating even when fear is present. One of the things that you really want to have in place to enable you to operate even in the presence of fear is to have a very high degree of self-awareness, okay? And self-awareness comes in different levels. So one of the most important aspects of self-awareness that you need to develop initially, the others are very important too, but you have to develop a very high sense of self-awareness for your body, because your body is what you go out with into the world to express yourself. So it's the first thing that people see, and it's the first place where fear manifests is within your body. So you need to have a very good understanding of your body, and from that you have to develop absolute love and self-acceptance for the body that you have as you continue to grow in that area of your life. So you have a good self-awareness of your body, then you have a good self-awareness of your mind. This is how you actually think. And what I mean by self-awareness of your mind is you begin to ascertain the limitations of your mind and the positive strengths of your mind. This is how you're developing self-love, ladies and gentlemen. You understand your mind, you love your mind and accept it as it is with its strengths and its weaknesses. You have a good self-awareness of your body, and then you also develop a very high sense of self-awareness for your emotional habits, your emotional patterns, how you actually behave in certain situations when you're confident, in certain situations where you're fearful. It's important to understand how your emotions interact within you. Self-awareness is key when you're planning to actually operate in the presence of fear, because I'm going to give you a really good example and draw whatever parallels you can from this example into your own life. I am speaking to you right now. If I am experiencing fear when I'm expressing myself to you, what I have learned to do, and this has come from developing a high level of self-awareness, I have learned to go within my mind and see the fear playing itself in real time, and I push it aside and let the fear play itself in real time, and I continue to communicate to you from my soul directly to your soul. I understand I'm using some very difficult terms to understand, but just stay here with me. Stay here with me. What I'm trying to teach you is how to take this aspect of fear and let it play its mental games while you continue to express yourself in the world in whatever capacity you have chosen to express yourself in. So if you get up to speak in public, yes, you're feeling fear, but do not let that fear debilitate you and handcuff you. Let it do its thing in one aspect of your mind, in one side of your mind, but the real you, your soul, your heart, your spirit penetrates the world. I use this every place in my life where I experience fear. If I'm looking to build a business, I'll experience fear, but I know the desires of my heart, and I'll let the desires of my heart rule even when the fear is there. I see a beautiful woman over here in the beach. I may be very fearful to approach her, and that's okay. I will let the fear play its role, and I'll walk up to her and I'll say, hey, I want to say hi to you, but I'm feeling very scared right now, but I want to say hi to you anyway. You know, that's operating when you're feeling fearful. You get up to speak in public, you can tell the people, I'm feeling very fearful right now. I don't speak in public very often, but I'm gonna do my best right now. You gotta be able to operate in the presence of fear. And it begins with having a high degree of self-awareness. The second thing that I want to talk to you about that can really enable you to perform at a high level, even in the presence of fear, is to actually do things on a day-to-day basis that strengthen your energy. So whether you're taking care of yourself physically, whether you're taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, you know, by relaxing, by doing meditation, by doing yoga and getting to connect with yourself. I'm out here in nature right now, breathing in that fresh air, just relaxing, gonna do the paddleboard. These things that I do myself, you know, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's eating very healthy foods, taking time to relax and nurture my body, mind and spirit, ladies and gentlemen, enables me to actually feel good. And I have discovered for myself that when I'm feeling good, the amount of fear in my life reduces. And when the amount of fear in my life reduces, then I'm able to take more and more actions towards the things that I want to achieve in my life. So what I do consciously on a day-to-day basis, if you look at my Facebook posts, if you look at the things that I do in my life, you'd think that, gosh, this guy is always just relaxing and is always chilling, because it's very important. I do a lot of things to nurture my body, mind and spirit. And what you guys don't see is once my body, mind and spirit are in alignment, then I go for my dreams with so much gusto, with so much enthusiasm, with so much optimism. You know, I'm feeling great right now. That's why I'm over here, you know, expressing myself, speaking to you, and I haven't even thought about what I'm speaking to you about. I'm just letting the God in me flow out and express itself out here. So these are two things that I want you to look at. Look at what it is that you're doing to develop a high degree of self-awareness. And then the second thing, very important, look at what it is that you're doing for yourself on a day-to-day basis to take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your spirit. What are you doing to relax? What are you doing to loosen up your muscles? Are you getting massages? Are you getting a lot of self-love? Are you nurturing yourself? And when you're able to do both of these things, ladies and gentlemen, then you're going to be putting yourself in a very, very, very sweet position whereby you can execute on the actions that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. And as you begin to see small successes, week in, week out, the successes begin with an increase of self-awareness and increase in well-being, which is translated into increase on day-to-day wins, which accumulate to monthly wins and yearly wins. And before you know it, 5 years is going to come, 10 years is going to come, and you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be living your dreams, baby. You're going to be living your dreams. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Have that perspective that life is beautiful. The universe is beautiful. Everything around you is beautiful because you, not the external environment, determines what you will experience in this moment and the moment after. Be courageous. Be courageous. And let fear play its mental games while the courageous you decides to go for your dreams, baby. Have yourself a wonderful day.